Okay, morning, having a wee cup of coffee here. And very nice it is too. I've had to put the heat on, it's cold outside and rain and all that. Well, it's tropical last week. Anyway, first of the proper episodes on the wee generator. I've done a wee bit of prep work just to save you watching me scratch my arse basically. So I'll lift the wee handheld camera and we'll have a wee look and see what I've done. So, if we come around here, I have taken off, which was here, if you remember, the rotor for the generator, which is here. So we now just have a bare flywheel on this side. The air filter has come off. If we come round here, just here was the run stop control for the engine, right? More on that later. Round here, I've taken the tank off. I've taken the starter gear off. There was a big gear here which drives this wee wheel here, which has got a wee sprag clutch on it. Look, turn. No turn. Which just gives access to this because the timing plate is here. And if we go round to the other side, the fuel filter was just here. And I've actually, if you remember from the wee short film, we found that this pipe here was very loose. It was loose from here to here. Now, I've come to a conclusion, rightly or wrongly, and I've actually tightened this wee pipe back up. I don't think that's the issue with this engine. Wee bit of research about this pipe here, which is just loose, and it's a spill pipe. Normally there is supposed to be tinware here. This would be inside the tinware, and this just comes out, vents out above anywhere, so you can see if there's diesel dribbling out the top of that. Anyway, let's go over to my bench. I'll put that camera down. Now, so on the bench here, I have taken out the run stop control. I've also had to buy Imperial Allen keys because I didn't have it. Well, I do. I have an old penknife style set, but they're proper ones which will work in the socket set and all that. There you go. Anyway, here's the run stop control, which if you remember went in that wee hole in the engine. If we take this out of this, it's relatively straightforward. Not worried about that. That's just a wee thing that says run stop. It's really important, huh? We have this little lever. The screws we're not worried about. We're sort of worried about this, but not very much. If I show you this little thing here, alright? And what happens is, with this screw in here, if I put that screw in there, okay, so that's the top of the run stop control. This little bit of metal goes behind the lever, and it actually locks or knocks it. There's a wee detent which holds it against the stop position. That's all that does. So if we take that out and take that out, let's have a look at the run stop. Now, there's a couple of interesting things about the run stop. You can see there's a hole here, okay, and we can also see there's a hole in the lever. So I thought that's for a roll pin, and you put this on. Sorry, let me just push this through. You push this on here, tap the roll pin through, and that holds that in the right position. No, that's not the way it works. You have this collar, that goes on there. So the wee collar's on there. See it? And then this, if I, well, not right for now. The wee roll pin's not supposed to be there. This goes down over this collar. So it's supposed to be a friction fit on this wee shaft. You see that? It's supposed to go over there and become a friction fit. And then the roll pin goes outside that hole, which is really, really fucking weird. So let's actually see if we can manage to achieve that. Bear with. Like so. Which is all very well and good. Now I haven't looked through the manual yet, but you're supposed to put the roll pin through here, which is okay as well. I'll not put that through there now. I don't want to put that through there now. I need to find out if there is some way of determining the position of this, because this turns, if you can see the other side of this little cam. And this little cam, there has to be a correct position for that, and I don't know how to find that as yet. Okay? And this actually leads to what I think is actually wrong with the engine. When I got the engine, this assembly, this little lever was disconnected. Now fortunately, all the little bits were there, and it led me to have a look at what this cam operates against. Okay, now I actually think that's 90 degrees out. Although the wear, you can see the wear there, so that's obviously where it's been operating against something, but we'll find that out anyway. So if we take this camera again, and this is going to be one of those things you're going to have to believe me. Let's see if I can do this. There we go. You can't really see that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut right now, and I'm going to see if I can position the camera so as you can see in there, and we'll talk about what's wrong. So I'll be back in a moment. In order to show you what's in there, I've had to do a bit of improvisation. So we'll try and see if this works. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. So let me go poke a wee thing in a hole. So here's my wee thing. Look, there's me there. Woo! Right, okay. I have no idea if this is actually working on one of these USB endoscope things, because the refresh rate on my phone is dreadful. Anyway, this is inside the run stop mounting plate point. Okay, so the lever would sit here and go like that. Anyway, the cam on the back of the lever would operate on this here, okay, which is connected to that, which is connected to an arm which goes all the way through the back of the engine. Okay, this is completely jammed. You can actually see the damage on the face here, where somebody has tried to lever this out. If I get round there with a screwdriver. So what we need to do is find out why that is jammed. This actually sits on top of what's on the end of that bolt and lock nut, which is the governor. Okay, so that is obviously attached to the governor, and way down at the back there, if I can go in here, that little pin is the other end of the lever, and that's attached to the fuel pump and injector system. So I have a feeling this has jammed. It is jammed in the off position, so the thing won't get any diesel, and this is why there have been diesel pipes loosened and things like that. To finish, well, I'll finish with this wee camera here and I'll come back to you. So we'll cut this now. Right, that turned out to be a pain in the arse, but anyway, here we go. So anyway, we've got the governor here, which acts through this lever, which goes all the way across the top of the engine to the high pressure fuel pump here, right? Okay. I'm guessing this is all right. But the lever is jammed. Why it's jammed, I don't know. But in order to get at that, this has to come off, okay? So what I'm going to do is, this is the timing cover. Remove the cover and then we'll have a look at it and see if we can find out what went wrong. Right, talk to you in a while. Right, I'm doing one wee last bit to camera because we've hit a bit of an impasse. Now it's not a huge impasse, I just need to sit down and think how to work it out, and whatever we go, I'll get the wee handheld camera and I'll show it to you there, and we'll get a bit of light on the scene, and then hopefully I can explain the thing a bit better. So the lever that we're talking about runs from here, you can see it above my finger, across the top of the crankcase there to where the run stop is and where the governor is. Now, in order to get that out, it's attached to the fuel pump, so the fuel pump comes out here, and the other pivot, or if there is a pivot, seems to be at the other end behind. This is the camshaft. Now, I'm hoping I can get at it without either removing the camshaft pulley or any of these pulleys and upsetting the timing. I don't know if I can do that yet. I'm going to have to investigate that. So what I'm going to do is disconnect everything off the fuel pump, take the fuel pump out and see how we are there. But what I have been able to work out is that this lever it's jammed up in the top right corner of the gear case here, and it shouldn't be. I need to work out why it is. So I'll leave it for now, and we'll talk to you soon. Cheery bye.